Okay, what's up, guys? I found something. I found what appeared to be TMNT NECA movie turtles at Walmart, which made sense. And then I found out that's not what they are. So, what am I talking about? Well, a little while ago, about 2 weeks ago, something came up on Facebook. I'm sure that it basically happened that I was talking about Ninja Turtles with a couple of friends, and then before you knew it, of course, it showed up on my Facebook because that's what it does. We all know the phones listen to you, whatever. So look, I mentioned a couple of times that I had gotten out of collecting for a while, specifically to do Fandom Night. I stopped doing a lot of things when I put all of my effort and attention into Fandom Night. I'm not complaining about the situation, I'm just explaining what it was. The more that I put into Fandom Night, the less I had to do things that I was originally doing. I stopped writing, and I stopped focusing on my own YouTube, and I stopped collecting. Everything went to Fandom Night. The idea was that I needed the space, and I couldn't take that space up, and I couldn't collect. And then when I did collect, it was little things that would appear on this channel in Fandom Night in the I Collect videos. They were small, little things. So, when NECA released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie turtles, I had passed on them. It's no deeper than that. I passed on them. I thought they were very cool. I didn't think that they were completely unreasonable in their price. I passed on them. Before I knew it, it was basically impossible to get these things without really shoveling out the money. And so, I never got them. And then, of course, we moved on with our lives and we found different things and this and that. And then recently I came back into collecting and focusing on my own stuff. I'm back to writing and doing things like that, and I'm focusing on the YouTube, and I'm collecting again, and that's what I'm doing. And when that happened, it hit me that I never bought the NECA Turtles, and maybe I should look into it. Long story short, all of a sudden, one day, this shows up. And I said, should I? Should I? I don't know. Let me show you what it was that came up. Because at first I thought this was an actual NECA pack of turtles. And it is not. This is what came across my stuff. Okay? This is from a company which I'm guessing is called J&G. It's 7-inch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure, statue model, toy, TMNT 1990 movie, Turtles toy, 4 birthday gifts, decorations, collection, all 4, yada yada. But I looked at them, see? And I'm looking, and I'm like, that, at first glance, at quick glance, that looks right. Right? Doesn't it? Doesn't that look like the movie Turtles? Doesn't that look like exactly what you're going after? And you can get all 4 of them in one pack, and they look to be pretty solid detail and everything, and I thought they were NECA. I thought it was, without reading this part, the first thing I did was look at it and say, yeah, that's NECA Turtles. And I look down here, there are 44 reviews. It's a 3.7. That's almost a 4-star action figure review. And I said, oh, that's crazy. I think this might be an actual 4-pack of turtles. And if that's true, wow, right? That's fantastic. That's absolute fantastic news. I'm going to get it. Right after I bought it, I started thinking that I had made a mistake. I said, when something is too good to be true, it is. And so I went back, and I saw this, and I really sat there and read it this time, and I saw J&G, and I very blatantly know that this is a NECA product, and I almost canceled the order. When it hit me, hold on, this is from Wal-Mart. It might be a different company's take on the same product. For whatever reason, maybe J&G is a secondary distributor that is distributing, NECA Turtles. It's an only at Walmart thing, it says on these boxes right here. See? Only at GameStop. And so, like, I figured if the pictures are real and they're being sold from Walmart, Walmart is not one of those companies that I know on the regular that I've ever gone. I've never gone to buy an action figure and found out that it was a Chinese knockoff. I've never went to them and said, hey, I'm going to buy this. It's going to be really cool. And then the next thing I know, it's not right. What I'm trying to say is I've never, ever bought from them and found that I had bought a knockoff Marvel Legends or a knockoff Play Arts Kai. Not that I've ever bought a Play Arts Kai from Walmart regardless. I've never had that issue. So, right before I went to send them back, I said, hold on. Maybe you discovered something really cool here. Maybe this is like the thing. Maybe this is it. Maybe this really is all four of them. Maybe they're a secondary distributor or something like that, and they're selling overstocked NECA product or something like that, and they're just trying to get rid of stuff. And I have no idea. I have no idea why this is this way. But maybe it's not 100% a scam. Well, I decided I'd let the sale go through. I bought all four of them. They showed up. This is going to go one of two ways. Either these are hard Chinese stupid knockoffs or something of that nature, which have the absolute worst quality and I never should have bought them. Or two, this is going to be fake, but more than passable on your shelf. And an alternative to be able to get all four until you can hunt down the actual main NECA Turtles at a reasonable price that you are willing to pay. Because right now, it can cost like $150 to get your hands on two of them. Like, not an exaggeration. These can be expensive and very hard to find intact, especially in box. Maybe, just maybe, these are a cool alternative. And maybe these are terrible. I have no idea. But I'm about to find out, and you're going to find out with me. So that's today. Let's check out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie turtles from J&G offered by Wal-Mart. All right, so here we go. I only have so much table space because I haven't been able to move that yet. And I don't really think that it's going to affect this video. But here's the box. I haven't yet opened it. I'm going to pull these out one by one and we're going to look at them. But first, let's remove this. And as far as I could see from first glance, these are 4 movie turtles. And they say NECA right down there. And at first glance, I don't see any reason to believe that they're not NECA. They have a Nickelodeon logo. And as far as I could tell, it is spelled correctly. My eyes aren't playing tricks on me right there, I don't believe. Down here, the NECA seems right. NECA. It's got the star. As far as I could tell, that seems to be right. Off to a promising start. But, as I said, when something seems too good to be true, oftentimes it is. So we're going to have to go over these one at a time and see what we're actually looking at. And we'll start with everybody's little favorite here because everybody loves Raphael. So let's go ahead and start with Raphael. Oh my. I don't know if his head is broken or if it's... What a start. What a start. I don't know what to make of that yet. But his head is, okay. I don't have a NECA to compare these with. Are his hands backwards? Are they backwards? Are those... Oh my God. Oh man, not a good start. Oh, not a good start. Not a good start at all. Very worrisome. But the side art seems right. The side art here seems right and promising. This seems right and promising. That, it says Raphael. You can now catch America's favorite green teens in their first live-action blockbuster film. After wading through in a puddle of radioactive waste, these radical reptiles... I mean, this all seems right, right? Figure stands 6.5 inch tall. Features 30 points of articulation. That all seems right. The figure on the inside, that seems really bad. As far as I can tell, his arms are backwards, and his head is not on. Okay, let's check the next. Michelangelo. He seems to be in way better condition. Way better, although his arm is also backwards. That's a problem, but his head is on, and that's a plus right off the bat, right? To have a head is a plus. That seems right. That seems right. The back, it says Michelangelo. You can now have America's favorite. Oh, that's all the same. So there's nothing different about this. Wait a second. Michelangelo is the easygoing. Michelangelo is the oh no. They're the same. That is the Michelangelo text. That's the Michelangelo text. They're the same. They all... Oh, his head is off. Donnie's head is off. Wait a second. No, this is Leonardo. Sorry. Well, regardless, Leonardo's head is off. Did he only get one sword? No, it looks like he got two swords. Michelangelo. Oh my gosh. Okay. So then we're going to make the assumption right off the bat that Donnie is about the same way. Looks like his head is on. That's a plus. Michelangelo. These are fake. Like, these are fake. So now the question becomes, are they a fake, cheap alternative that will look good on the shelf, or a complete waste that Walmart should not be tricking people into buying? And we're going to start with the one that I probably judge the harshest. We're going to open Leonardo. Okay. I'm going to pull that out. There's a type of sewer background in here for a display or whatever if you really wanted to use it. I have no idea if I really want to keep anything from this box necessarily, but we'll know soon. Let's pull the plastic here. Let's get him out of there. He comes with a piece of pizza. So there's that. Let's push him out of the plastic. Oh man. Come on. Come out. Come out. He is in there stupid. I apologize for all the sound. Okay, all that plastic is gone. Okay, that's promising right there. Oh man, that's really tough. There we go. But the elbows and everything turn. The head has decent movement. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm not saying this is any kind of perfect yet, that's for sure. But maybe, once you get him moving and everything, because he's got good elbows, that's not terrible movement right there. He's got his hands go this way, this way. The shell looks good. The color doesn't seem terrible. He's got that long neck and everything, long body. You know, he might not be terrible. Does he have good... Yeah, he's got movement on his foot there. I wish I had a NECA. Like, I wish a buddy of mine had one of the NECAs so that I could compare this, because I can't compare it. But it doesn't look awful. In terms of... The packaging was absolutely terrible. And inside the packaging, they definitely could have done that better. But he's got the secondary bandana here. Is this the exact same bandana? Is this the same? I think it's the same. I don't think it's different. No, it is different. Okay, it's not... It's different. It's a different bandana. That's promising. He's got different hands. So he's got open hands. He's got these open hands, and he's got the closed hands. And then he's got two swords, which, detail level-wise, I don't know yet. But let's look them over real quick, shall we? Are these NECA quality? I'm going to doubt it, to be fair. But they don't look bad. That's a decent silver. It's got a blemish right here, but I've been okay with harder blemishes. These guys are about these. Okay, so what these cost altogether? These turtles that I just bought cost the same as a Marvel Legends. They were about $26 a piece. Actually less. No, that's about right. Because I paid $105. $105 got all four of them. Interesting. I don't know. They look up, he looks up, he looks left, he looks right. He's got very solid head movement. I don't know. This might not be terrible. The swords go in. I can't say that I'll necessarily keep them like that. I'll probably put them in his hands. How's his hands work? Let's figure that out. Your hands work well? Do you grip your swords you came with? He does? I don't know. This may have turned out to be all right. This may have worked. I mean, that looks good, right? Just like that. If he was on the shelf, if he was back on the shelf, could you really notice that he's not NECA necessarily? I have a feeling that if I checked him against the NECA that I've seen at the store, he's not NECA material. But he's not breaking. He's got good movement. He can straight lift kick. He's got not the greatest of knees, but he's got about this much movement, which for depending on what you're going for, you'd be fine. He's got the ankle swivel. He's got, does he T-pose? Hold on. Tough. It's tough to get it. He's got an inner tilt here, which is solid. He's got those elbows. They're rough, but they're like on a, there's like a ball joint under here that's hidden by that. These might be fake passables. Let's open the others. Let's get them all on the tables here and see. Looking at Michelangelo, he's got a little bit different color. Let me zoom in on him. So he's got a little bit different color here, which is compared to Leo, which is solid. That means that they're looking at slightly different greens between one turtle and the next, which is actually good. His skin looks a little bit different in places, but I think that's all color tone. The face is fairly solid for what it is. He also came with dual bandanas, but he came with thumbs up hand as well as his normal hands and the nunchucks. He doesn't seem to have a place on his belt for, you know, holding on to the nunchucks. So they'd have to be in his hands, or you'd have to put them somewhere. But he also seems somewhat passable, actually. This is interesting. They're becoming promising as I open them. Okay, so next is Donatello. We're going to zoom in to about here. His face is fairly solid, actually. It's not a bad sculpt. There's an imperfection on his nose, but I actually think that it works as a scar because these turtles are actually kind of rough. Maybe I'm imagining this, or maybe it's a color thing. I think I'm imagining it. He does seem leaner than the other two turtles that I've looked at already. But I feel like I'm imagining that. I feel like that's an optical illusion. He did also get the two bandanas. He got a piece of pizza. He got a pointy hand. So he has pointing hands, which I'm sure these are all interchangeable, actually, when you really get down to it, because a pointy hand, a pointy hand, a pointy hand, one way or another, and it wouldn't make that big of a difference. And, of course, he got a stick, and it's not a bad size stick. It's about just the right. So if he has it there, he could actually lean on it or whatnot and put his chin under it, which I believe he does in the movie at one point anyway, so there. Also, somewhat passable, actually. So now we have to look at Raphael. Never mind, hold on. One thing I didn't think to look at. I mentioned Leonardo's belt, and he had the ability to hold the swords. I mentioned Mikey's belt doesn't really have the ability to hold nunchucks unless you would put them like in the side here. Maybe that's possible if you just tuck them in the belt. That might be possible. Donnie, however, has these strings on his shell. And that's what they are. They're strings, so you could put the bow there and you could tie it. I don't know if that's the way they did it with NECA. Like I said, I really kind of wish I wish a buddy of mine or me, if I had NECA, this never would have happened to begin with, but I almost wish one of my buddies had NECA, because I would love to compare these, in all honesty, to see just how fake they are. Because I'm definitely coming under the impression that these are, without a doubt, fake turtles. They're not NECA. I just don't see it. But these might be passable on a shelf at first glance collectible, just to have a set of movie turtles if you missed out. Let's open the last one. Okay, so lastly is Raphael, and that's how he was in there. His head was not off. It's just the nature of whatever's going on with their heads in general, and they were packed so unbelievably poorly. I don't see a spot where he could have his size on his belt, but let me range this guy just like we've done the others. We'll turn that this way, turn his arm, move his wrists so that he actually has movement in his arms. Turn that, turn this, there. He's angry face Raphael. I even got that little attitude tilt right there. I didn't mean to do that, but I got it on there, so there it is. He got open kind of kung fu pose hand. Let me get the camera here. Open kung fu hand. So between all four of them, oops, I didn't mean to hit the camera. Between all four of them, we've got pointing, we've got open kung fu hand, we've got giving thumbs up, and we've got just kind of open hand. That's not a bad little assortment of hands because all the hands are interchangeable. He also got the second bandana thing, and he of course got his 2 sais. So the kick now is we'll put the sai in his hand. Does he hold the sai? He will hold the sai. But I don't see, well, there's this little thing here. Curious. Let's pull the sai real quick. Will it actually go in there? Oh, that's rough. Okay, I could get it in there. I don't think I want to. That makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that. The sais don't feel like they're the highest like thick grade plastics, so I have a feeling that if I forced them, maybe I wouldn't get the side back. I don't like that idea, but there he is. I mean, that looks right, doesn't it? This is wild to me. This is wild, and it makes this decision really tough. I'm going to take the camera, and we're going to do a slide by of all four of them, so that you can make your own determination, and then I'll tell you what I think. Okay, here we go. Focus in here. There's Don, Raph, Mike, Leo. We zoom out. This is what they look like standing there. And, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to leave part of this to make your own determination, but let me go ahead and tell you what I think currently after going over these guys. So, what do I think? I think that if by some miracle these are NECA, then I'm a little underwhelmed with what I expected from everything that I've seen and how much everybody talks about how perfect they are. There's an awful lot that I'm seeing here that makes me feel like they're not NECA. There's some sort of lie. Even Wal-Mart.com was stating these things as something called J&G. I don't know what that means. I'm simply saying, yet as it stands right now, I don't think these are real. I'm almost 100% sure. I'm almost putting my stamp on it without even having a chance to compare them to actual NECA. These are fakes. That being said, I don't know that it will make too huge of a difference. I panned across, I showed you, you're seeing them right there. On the shelf, I don't think anybody's going to really know. Not necessarily, not at first glance, not walking in the room, looking at your shelf and going, oh dude, are those the movie turtles? And then looking right at them and go, dude, they look just like the movies. They do. They look really good. Moving them around, I don't know that they feel super solid. But the head has an awful lot of movement. The face sculpts are very good. The color separation seems solid. The liver spots are almost spot on. The weapons are passable for what they are and for the distance draw that you're going to be at when you check them out. They have the extra bandanas for doing different kinds of poses and things like that if you want to set stuff up. They have all the different hands. In fact, even when I did the little Pentacross, I changed out one of the hands just to see if I could, because sometimes with these, what happens is they'll be cheap knockoffs, some sort of fakes, and you'll pop the wrist off, and that's when you really start discovering it, is when you go to switch their joints or whatever, because the hands won't go on right, or the heads are kind of locked in and locked on tight and they don't quite work right. I had a Play Arts Kai that I did a while back where I did a Wolverine, and I wanted to take the head off to replace the head and put a different head on, and it was an absolute nightmare. And it was not cooperating with me. Not the way that a Play Arts Kai should have cooperated with me. And I had a Wonder Woman as well that was a Play Arts Kai knockoff that was also garbage. But I've had Play Arts Kai that you would never know are fake that sit on my shelf. Play Arts Kai on the shelf currently. I have a Cloud, I have Lightning, I have Lady Ash from Final Fantasy XII, I have a Wonder Woman, I have a Wolverine, and I have a Gray Fox. And I'm not going to tell you which one is fake. And if you were to come into my house and you were to look across the shelf at first glance, you probably couldn't tell either. Some of these are passable. Some of these are not. As I said, that Wolverine, the colors are different. And you could tell if you pick him up and start moving him around, something's not right about him. Something's not right. The Wonder Woman is noticeable instantly. You can look her right in the face and be like, something about that ain't right. Sure that's a Play Arts guy? You sure that's right? It's not. Of the other ones I mentioned, one of them is fake. And if I didn't tell you which one it was, I'm under the impression you wouldn't know. Period. I'm able to take the hands off and on. I'm able to take the head off and on. I'm able to swap. I'm able to do everything that I need to do at any point in time, and it gives me no real resistance, and the colors seem right. Looks fine. You'd never know. You'd never know which one is fake, but one of them's fake. These, if I'm wrong, I'm surprised. If they're not fake, I don't know how. If they're not fake, then I'm going to call NECA out, and I'm going to say, I don't think these things are the quality that everybody says they are, even though they are super cool figures. And for what it's worth, as I just said, I think that when I put these on the shelf, they will be solid figures and no one's gonna really know till you pick up and start messing with them. I think then it would be noticeable. But until somebody picks them up and moves them around and tries to play with them and whatnot and realizes that the legs are just not quite at the right type of quality that you feel they should be at, that the arms feel a little funny when you're manipulating them, the wrists, they move and everything, but right along here, it doesn't seem right. Something seems very wrong in the way that they move and everything. Even though after I messed with them for a while, I was able to get each one of them to do different things, where I was able to get Donnie to kind of turn back and be like this while he was holding the stick. I got that. I was able to get Raph up with one and down with the other. I got that. I was able to get Mikey doing this while holding the nunchucks over to the side while it droops down. I got that. And I was able to get Leo crossing the blades in. I got that. All four of the faces, decent. They all hit the right silhouettes. They're solid enough that I'm going to put them on my shelf, and if by chance in the future I get a chance to replace them with real NECA, like if I go to a convention and I come across the 2-pack or whatnot and it's actually affordable, or if I by some miracle find the first movie Turtles, first movie, not Secret of the Ooze, if I buy these 2-packs, all I want is the 4 Turtles. That's the only thing I'm after. Yeah, maybe Shredder and Splinter, but I've seen them and I'm actually not as impressed with them as other people seem to be. I didn't I saw that 2-pack many times, and the 2-pack does not excite me the same way that these guys do. But if I saw these, and if I came across them in a Walmart, the 2-pack, rated at the actual cost that I believe they're worth, I might pick them up. Because I did come across a Raph, was it Raph and Leo? I came across 1 pack, and they were sitting on the rack, and they were like $60 or something like that, and I almost bought them. I didn't do it, but I almost bought them. And now if I look them up online, like on the store, they're like $124, $150 or something like that for the 2-pack, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for 2 turtles. This was $105. I got all 4 of them. And they're passable. You could argue one way or another, and you would be right to argue one way or another. If you wanted to shoot me down and say, they're fake, not worth it, save your money, blah, 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 hey, I wouldn't argue that with you necessarily. But what I'll say is that if you missed the chance to get these and you're willing to, you just watched me, I went over the quality and everything and kind of looked over them, and I could point certain things out, like I see the veins in the forearms. That's a really solid effect. Like all the liver spots seem right to me. The musculature in the upper arms and everything seems right to me. The bandanas have a lot of detail that go through the bandanas. These are solid figures for what they're worth. At like, they're less currently, since Marvel Legends is about to go up in price. They're about to be like $30 a figure. These are cheaper than Marvel Legends, and I would rate them in some cases better than some Marvel Legends that I bought. So that says something about these as well. I don't have any information as to what J&G is, or what the actual company is in general, or if they're just repackaging things that are fake, or what is going on. I don't know. If they are a scam company that's selling fake NECAs, they're doing it passably enough. I don't have all the information here, nor am I going to go out of my way to look a bunch of information up right now. I just wanted to inform you that these are on Walmart right now, that you could get them right now, but they could be fake right now, and I don't have all the answers right now, and that's just the way it is. But for me, on a personal level, they're going to go up on my shelf, and I'm going to shrug my shoulders, no, never mind about it. I think I could even get some good pictures off these guys. I think they're passable enough, even if I honestly believe they're not real NECA. That's what I got. I'm going to get out of here. I have spoken.